nyomba nilikororoka na buya kurwase company ya Crown Paints inyura Uru Superstores nero yoka sorogongo rwa South Nyanza na South Rift jabire ntanganiko igora first class showroom ya mabati rolling mills hamo boigo botware mashini yogo chirangi cha Crown Paints emanyikanite muna Crown Paints color mixer kurwa USA ilikorenta obo koreli inka Uru Superstores lige gotoko mochibu songo Uru Complex angena Safaricom Boigo Babwatu rosagia ronde ine JM Towers Ijuera angena Credit Bankise Bakire simia se namba 011-1161-500 Gusova likere email info@ourusuperstores.com Ouru Superstores, the people's choices, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibo nyumbani.
Ukisema chonsi tata Nichua songo marana maya chiroro
Etaya TV Oborabu Wagusi
Mwancho morire Etaya TV kurandonsi ase utoriye tukuru no gosemeria waito kuna kwaganderire kuba kogochengera na kubwatia emeroberi yonsi Etaya TV bwagusi yaragire chinsa isano chitariki rero na emerongo ebero motienyo gatano na gatatu omwaka bwechiwe na merongo ebere na isano emerongo yo Kwana netari tugoria Jumatano ase buna botambe tocha twasanga no moralia Cyrus Azizi ilitoteme okumanya onsi bunagende tokoba kago koreka ime na isiko yorogongo rwagusi nabaigona tukubwatirana amona bariki baitu bamangana kurwa chinsemo kurwa sensemo ye county ya Nyamira county ya Kisii nabaigona county ya Nairobi okumanya onsi agiagende tokoba kago koreka kurubwa gakiete goika chinga kiechiga chia tinse chiga isano chia bono mambi karibu sana Azizi
ya sana Diana kwamboka Gisoi sugo tumanyigati ya twanyirete koigwa na muno kurasa bariki baito bamangana chinse mukiria bare gwakone kurasa county ya Nairobi abo asomurikito Josephat Makura Muracha agendete kuko yarigani ligo tumanyinga na rali agendete konekigwa na rali agendete sense meyo ya nene mono ya Nairobi abigo kurwase county ya Nyamira ogeropita nigo bakobwatirana na Felix Nyakundi elio na barabo gotumanyanga na rali agendete konekigwa kurwase county yo ya Nyamira kurwase county ya Kisii Mwanchomo gerliani kabaliki baito Eric Maowe na boigo Sagini Kirosi Thomas Cornelius Onyancha Sagini Kirosi Thomas na Cornelius Onyancha boigo Kelvin Onderi kurwasi chinsama chiriche bunge ya South Mugrango niko bakwirali baga ryogo kumanyanga nara lya gendete konekiwa kurwasi chinsame cho cha chibunge chibali kwanira se county ya Kisii bunge ya South Mugrango bumachoge brabu bumachoge chache chobo basi abo manya kwamboka kabisa go chinyaribari chache usuka kego me town yoso ya Kitutu Church South na boigo Kitutu Church North Rugoralia tirimbo kemata kisemo chiasune kaumerane na bonchari mune bunga machupirire bano kurabwa se kuraiga se county ya Kisii barike oboito no bakendete konekianga nkoike na tulegati yali akonyara koba gakonekigwa kurwa sense meyo ya chibunge icho chi county ya Kisii na boigo county ya Nyamira bona komanyire na boigo kurwa se county ya Nairobi machupirire sense mo mitandao ndo chamange nikagandete ko enekiwa kurwa sense meyo chinga kindo chaiga kurwase kiama kilia gia Jubilee ose Jubilee Party nikono chaiga Rafael Tuju oyo konyore the party secretary general niganyere komaka ku resign kurwase kemekyo kia Jubilee ndo chaiga boigo mangana genete konekwa kabisa nikondo che mo waziri wa mangana ya mangana treasury goseke gancha Johnny Mbadi na boigondo chaiga Wycliffe Oparanya mu waziri nigo babori gwe ikere na bosio bwe bunge ya Senate rero elio kunyera koba elio gose anyambali gwikira noro they will risk being fined ose koba jail gose kobe kwa biara senchira yende ikabona niko tukanyete aliagandate kwa nikurwa senseme yini kumanyenga krokende nikikeria gekuirera barabo oikira na senseme iyo elio kumanyangana aliagandate kwa nekigwa kurwa senseme iyo ya bunge ya Senate na ningin tugandra kokoro tota arabotoro ikagara niko baboli we abo babere kwa nekianga ngoikira na bale se ebunge ya Senate gose babe at risk koba find gose kobe kwa biara yenagaliga ndete koneki kona boy gosoko kumanya na alibuna Diana raiwense ya Kenya William Samoei Ruto nigara senseria ya Japan se kerenga kyoko nekia gotwara chinkwana na ba mamenyi bense melia na mono balia bakuru kwa private investors aba bense melia na mono ile konekia ngankubwatira na bari nense ya Kenya konekia magenderana mono na ralia ensemi kunyara ko bake gukwanirwa kegima nensemo yechisemi kegara mambia lero na omerana na some of the private investors oikira na ria sesemeria yoko ama ya Japan na ralia boigona ikase sesemeria city assembly sesemeria Japan sekerenga anamono kyogo tema wo yogo tema korekianga gotingaruga mate na boigo ka cross senseria gocha sense ya Kenya korekiarenga amagendera nyere koba gako ene kigwanda yana
ase chi sector au by the way gati aba mangana yo bonchereria mangana yo bochana ragali na kwanira igoro yechi semi ko bwa mono batagete bona ba avanto gose aba na inchi bense ya Kenya banya ko ba konya semi gwetera sa mangana ya kisasa iga gwetera semi mitandao twara rebo niga squeeze abantu bachira mangana digital igona nabo igona ragali asense moyende ya mangana yo ko obosombi gose sector yechi para gotema go expand chipara mune chia Mombasa gali ne chinde chinyingi igona ya umurai bwense ya Kenya William Samoei Ruto igotwegene tena buna nechikoba ge gokora gosege gochikoba ge koreta amagendera mange by the way nabo igoko bwatira no kuya ase ense ya Kenya nabo igona sense ya Japan nabo igona ragalia William Samoei Ruto nigateba na babeire bakubwatira nense ya Japan ese miaka 50 no moboniga yani 60 years babire bagendete ko bakubwatira nabo igona agotane sector ya uchumi gosense ense muri nende yobolemia sense ya Kenya yaberege kogenda gukina na senge ncho kubwatira no kuya egati ense ya Japan na baigona ense ya Kenya no gosemere goito buna amangana mayana chiko baga kogenda ko ene kiwa senge ncho bono barabere miaka 50 no mo na boni gamba gendrete which means nense ito ya Kenya nero amagenda na chiko baga ko ene kiwa senge ncho kubwatira no kuya gati echinse chibere
na biasa bono ayona aliaganda ko ene kiwa sense ya Japan mwachimulieni abo igo nindo chaiga amangana ringe tubo kurunya nyare ko bakago kwano numara bwense ya Kenya kwa rali bagotwara kurukonga parliamentary group meeting eline ko bake gokorekana asoko asobomo kwanda ODM na bwego Kenya kwanza ukararia no yo murabwe kya makia ODM by the way Raila Amolo Odinga ukunyara ko gakomochia abalia babunge asoko gokora mangana manyaka na extortion no mangana eliyo gotema kwancherana amaki eliyo wetia some of the bills chochi gwikigwase bunge ya anamono ya the National Assembly na boiko kararia kagukwanira mangana lengete development ichije mangana lengete CDF ilikuwa rojo boiga babunge baba banya ko babakuma na bona mangega ya mangana yikega kwararia barabwense ya Kenya William Ruto liria chinga kikranta se county ya Omabay orobelio makabuna devolution conference 2025 chinga kikranta se media litangani na that was my first time na mwigoto kukwana goro ya enchira babunge bangaire ko receive maaki elio goetie miswada gosiki bill ase bunge elia kabire ukamoigweriga batwarete ODM Kenya Kwanza gose joint meeting aba bunge bonsipi na rochari no nya minority erega gote magukonera lobbying lakini ngaroraria Raila Okamoteinga lobbying is far much better ko extortion kama no Diana aba bunge nikibakorire
babunge be murunganire sana by the way bagotena basari igwerieta ninde bagotei no mo speaker Moses Wetangula ngana ko bagakorangerio murai wense William Samoei Ruto
gose nyatariere mwaziri wa mangana public service akurukunga Geoffrey
yes
anyari ko bakago ikranaria elio koheresera allegations igikagirengeta mangana yobokurumi ekagara na rochalia ngitinda eba monopole otiende ekagukwanira igoro ya mangana yaiga karari gotebanga apart from kobo mubunge nabwate profession yaye nabwate ilieta gitagachiri for the longest time possible. Because that's the reason as to why mubunge currently abantu bae ba mwegenire. Egento Raila na muraibensi ya Kenya bakorete kurengana na babunge number 1 no ko badimin yani okobeka sikrasi ganze na rochali goteba zumunu bikanya murironga we cannot be paraded wado monto ko parade ikiri taribe parade ko garorira no ane skuru you are big parade diegere over dressed
kwane kirwa
karario tiende pola bolo kagatebanga enchereyo moraibu nsake korete ko parade kabisa ali asege ikaro na gochaka ko basomera it is so much demeaning na and they don't deserve what is the so called receiving amaki kama igwali na mwigo tali gukwanira igoro ya the koranga chibasi kikonire majali ikire 10 million
aba bunge ba receive it senge chama ngana ali money laundering
na rayu na yatakire gwitiwa bwango elio korusiense ya Kenya goseli takonyeria atakire gosareka eliko civil yetiri ya Kenya that's what they were told korengana na babunge na rochali ko tebanga
lakini umathina na baseneta mbatigire maiga seneta ndo murai wense William Samoei Ruto na kwanite gari na yaikire to next na baseneta baroro ba receive tiri ya 150 million igakora kanana
mangana ligete impeachments by the way na nage kware
ona mangana na mange sana
sabu nero tienda mura ngakretaria asebunge really I think na berego ekrare gonte ba 10 million it means kero bunge iganyorete 28,000 kero bunge if it means ebe seine kuna kero bunge that is I got konyora 28,000 numo bunge so otienda rega igari kwa giubuna 20,000 nichibese kinke sana asumuntu numo bunge nga akwaewa egere aetie bill
no man
so na kiranga of course as a parliamentarian kwa 28,000 for real
nichibesa kinke sana
nichibesa kinke no ninche dingego ichuti nikoranga niko make sense yes 20,000 is less cash
sure
to be very sincere if that is true
lakini na roje mba which pesa 28,000 ba chake wechi bill kune chiboli
it is unless a number of people who are given the money
maybe mbaro bake bakaire 10 million each maybe 10 each tali na tina ba kwa 10 million babagane era bakangusana so monto mobungo kora bunge ngima 28,000 is very
but you see genduraro chali ese bunge gatugukorera muchare ruiga na ndabagende baito kapago so aiga by the way a lifetime ko bolia what is their take on the same genduraro chali ese bunge is like kwerende yiga chibese chiga nchitete processes kitambo chieke se bunge for instance iko nchiterete krusteta usiali chitete sana and the reason as to why President Ruto Peter probably is because ikona kama ite gore chibese you cannot be bit of what you don't know
exactly.
That is the argument
ya kama ite na ndo maite to next and tomorrow iwense wacha ukwana mangana
gobo
kurumimbo mboro bokarororo nindanda ke bono ntebe na bajumba abaige kiaba gecheti nikamali waeka wote pamoja yani bone batagetaende bosi bwe bunge akwane atena noyo tari na gotiringera kiro monteli yetu I think kina kiaba gecheti senja anda ke na bora nyobo kurumimbo igona nere gocha gukwana lingana buneli bosi bwa abantu abange nenda bajumbe na barayi bande igona maite na kiringana elindiro ne libone style renda ali sogeti andake na
baba bunge bate banga it is good either mwaziri wa mangana public service Geoffrey Ruko aikera nebo sibwe bunge kiagera those are called allegations.
Yes,
they are not confirmed. So aba bunge want those allegations be tabled. Na either the president of the Republic of Kenya William Samoei Ruto airanerie nenda ne munga aye nyarebe na nyarebe ninu na mbaibere aere serenga ki e flow ye ni weye ngakiechete paka bunge. I think it's to tige kona kweba chabacha
ayina ro batagete baite
bara
wi batete
to nchira was supported
no nja we support ni
korigi chikura oike pungo sali wili that is bad thing
because of 28,000 teri raisi by the tutaraga na inde sema ito akabe studio chena chinsa chikona
kumnyaka sana
Rigathi Gachagua
yeah sure is coming back
mambino ali agoteana ngochari naro chega ali mwaziri bobolendi boy magoteana obolendi baro bumbotingiri kabisa inde gago sabana kiba kagocha obotorero bone kigu ko chibura buru kichiraye ne kigu serikali ya Kenya nemete bwenta okora lazima irenda abananchi lazima irende bintu bya abananchi mbinyana kwa bigo sali igona naro chega Cleophas Malala ngo na gwetara otena mura yo bongo chale
barende kabisa bakenya
bagotena beso kabisa bamwaligani abaro bagotena barabwe serikali yerende Kenya kwanza oseyera ororo tenyara ko bayokoleta chibura buru mwete Rigathi Gachagua kerale ngichinse yes te baturubani kerale ngichinse cheisiko gali mwete nara kwana mangana mange sana iguriense ya Kenya intikegendere tororo obokebago ibintu binde binge Gen Z abana witwa abande go chererwa nebintu binde binge sana andake nkarora gali nero mokonyi bo murai kidure kindiki na tete na kagochaga mpaka alike statement which DCI ngaro Rigathi Gachagua nera goteba na
takolika Kenya ikiagara mataro according to the law Rigathi Gachagua iga college serikali ya Kenya nsi muraibu William Ruto buna ngoshirikiane kale na Al-Shabaab amangana yekanga ya kwarete in the United States of America if US needs evidence a statement Gachagua bona takolika is to the US government
igotali gochaga
Kenya takwa nitumanga na ikari Kenya ikagukwa na ari ganga bune citizen
ya gali igora igali no agwanta ko rwanya evidence usokolika report ni gali gokagocha Kenya gaiga
agocha buno muntu tabanyikinkia kwante
tigatwana kini ne tosabe na kiri tukulia mambyo botero badimbo chiko boko ene kiwa ngendo toko saba ntuense ya Kenya by the no morembe yes
ya sana ona idayana na biya kwa yabekire kiagera Cleophas Malala by the way na ndo statement buno kwa teba second time atabetu buna is kinga Kipchumba by the way na no kwa ralia mkonyi bo muraibuense current deputy president Kithure Kindiki na yara ko bakago kwana nera mangana hiyo na como one Rigathi Gachagua kutabeke buraburu ko nekyo batoreru rakago chatigacha bi actually na ruchalia murko benel ko tabanga krabor tu buri gori yogo chakwa Gachagua ko tabanga why you was asking about the question about his coming if he is coming let him come he's coming to his own home
exactly.
Ye korokyanga is not even worried na mangana legete Rigathi Gachagua and I want to think probably koranga nkona yaye murkomen ikokoranga pressure is more from the Kenyans side and from the DCP party leaders and other opposition leaders
no man lakini let's hope ka gocha mambi amolembe na kitoko tabantuga ya sense ya Kenya chibura buru by the way chibura buru chikogera no ene mangana ya magendro ira na mageke iko ka gocha tigancheru
abotoere
sense ya Kenya senje no mwana Kenya ale bache bagendere ne mirimo yabo buna bakonye bagokora
uya sana bono Diana onyande tubwati kore seseme yawe akabiri ni gono ko nganchira togenda ali seseme ya kabiri ye studio toye kamanyererio kobono tutaracha bo Joshua ni gona ali kumanyu mwanchu muligeria nga nabo tonyera gwetera seseme mitandao ngo tura seseme ya Facebook YouTube Twitter kama seseme ya Facebook kwa ikirali no tore live beka yujumbe yago tumenyenga yo ngandete kubwatia murubeli okwana Etaya litukoria Jumatano kitake 20 motenyino yo gatano na gatatu mwaka 2025 nabo beke ujumbe yao kabisa abo kosa tura senkwana ya bene asegeke kerebosio toskara yanga ke kabaye goika omoelio sanga mona into bego tera sana baito ya 0735333000 0 edio tusanga munaye gwika omoele siritukeliga liarero chinga kitore ime umurubiri Kwana neta imeta TV na roborobu bagusi muno botambe litukore Jumatano tokorukunga the duo the Kwana duo inche yamo na dena komboka Gisoi ngurukwa Cyrus Azizi
inche muno botambe liane dena komboka Gisoi. Via kegimo mwancho morie bano to kwaliga ni kegimeli to kumanyi onsi aliagene to kubaka koreka imene isiko yorogongo rwagusi to chaka umuraibu ense ya Kenya William Samoei Ruto nigo akwaneiro mokia bwe serikali yaye asokwenekia obwamato buyaye gati yense ya Kenya na boigona ense ya Japan ile kwenekia okubwatirana okuya asense moyo bonchereri ense moyo chisemi obochenu obolemi na boigona sector yobosombi nechipara ukwana chingaki abetaka wikirana aikrana asomorobelio o Kenya Investment Forum ime ya Yokohama ime yense ya Japan Ruto nigo atebirebuna nigo ense ya Kenya ere ange kubwatirana nense ya Japan ere koenekia amagenderero.
Kenya has a long-standing economic partnership with Japan anchored by very strong trade, investment and development cooperation. Japan is today Kenya's third largest source of foreign direct investment, contributing over $205 million in 2024 alone. This investment is feasible in transformative projects such as the Mombasa Port, the Olkaria geothermal plant, and the automotive assembly infrastructure in Kenya. Today, there are 120 Japanese investors operating in Kenya across diverse sectors, from manufacturing and infrastructure to renewable energy and various technologies. They are part of a growing network of businesses that see Kenya as a gateway to African market and a trusted partner in investment and growth. Our ties are equally strong. Bilateral trade reached $900 million in 2024, an increase of 33% from the previous year. Japan remains Kenya's leading source of motor vehicles, while our exports ranging from titanium and copper to tea and flowers demonstrate the wide opportunities available in our markets. This morning, I had occasion to exchange notes with my Japanese counterparts on areas of collaboration that require our concerted effort to make it possible for Kenyan exports to find its way into the Japanese market so that we can travel the journey of balancing trade between our two nations. Over the past 50 years, Japan has extended more than $5 billion in development assistance advancing Kenya's transport, energy, agriculture, and health systems. Recent milestones, such as the $116 million commitment on the Olkaria 7 geothermal project, underscore the continuing strength of our collaboration. Kenya's economic ambitions are anchored in Vision 2030 and our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. We aim to achieve up to 10% annual economic growth by 2030 and increase job creation by 1.2 million jobs every year. Our 5 priority sectors, agriculture, health, digital economy, manufacturing, and climate action, are well aligned with Japan's own development priorities. This alignment opens the door for deepened collaboration in, among others, the following key areas. Digitalization. There is opportunity for us to collaborate in the development of digital skills and training, innovation hubs, and financial technology to unlock over 1 million jobs. Kenya is incubating global software solutions, enabling cross-border e-commerce, and fostering business process outsourcing at scale. Our ambition is to train and export 1 million digital jobs backed by our youthful pool talent and robust connectivity. We are expanding fiber optic infrastructure across Kenya to provide more young people with digital skills and to provide opportunities for them to be able to be connected into the digital job infrastructure that is available not just in Japan, but globally. We also have an opportunity in healthcare. We seek partnership to enhance universal health coverage, strengthen diagnostics and research, and deploy technology to eliminate wastage, improve efficiency in healthcare financing, and expand our access to not just technology, not just health commodities, but also to work with Japanese companies on ensuring that we have the equipment necessary for us to deliver health. Underway between the government of Kenya and our counties is a big program that taps into equipment available for the delivery of our health care. We have, at the moment, a 200 billion equipment facility that we are discussing with our counties, and I will be looking out for Japanese firms to participate in supporting our healthcare program that is currently underway in Kenya by equipping our hospitals at level 2, level 3, level 4, and our referral hospitals as well. In agriculture, we aim to introduce precision farming and smart irrigation to improve food security and raise farmer incomes.
Na abobisa bobochenu kurwase county ya Kisii abo baraetwe na mobiso monena sensemo ichanjo Jefferson Oguta nigo baruete amaegerio bochiase ababwatani ao buna chioboralia bose buna abo mo saraba omubaliri gose Red Cross kinyomba choboralia ekanisa nabalia bakwegerera obone wamanya bantu igoro yobuya bwechancho asabana bake elio kubatanga kurwasa marwaire alia akobanyora ekero bataranyora echanjo sese bya kubiri studio tiga tobategerera abo bisabo
asama leta yonkorugwa Beatrice Bosibori Matara ngokora se department ya health then neta health promotion no gosomia abantu iguru ya mangana afya aseli tukolia lero ntwatwara meeting ekurukwa stakeholders twaleta ebikundi ao twecha twikaransa twakora a consultative meeting kumanyanga inki yokogera performance yetu ya immunization sometimes tokonyora tikireti kiwango kiligeta kire twakwanire twanyolire noembara bwa banyene batoire barriers gose bintu upiribigerete immunization yetara ikire kiwango kiligeta kire na ende twaligire solutions twaligire inki kekogera turai increase igo batokonyira asatambe twabwate stakeholder bale abangao twabwate Ministry of Health twabwate education twabwate from culture the media who are very key igo twakwanire twatwalire meeting irendonge na ende kurwa aseli tukolia lero twalire egento kuruke way forward ngakitota okora bintu togoza okora egere to increase immunization yetu ya Kisii County biamon
nje masama lieta Jefferson Oguta gondene neta mangana chanjo ase county ya Kisii lero ntwatwara omukutano monene ase balitokoranga immunization stakeholders yani bali bagotubwatesia ase county okwaba koikirania mangana achanjo mbali banyagitari lakini bali na barabujinse sector ao bakogera chanjo yagenderera yaikera kiro muntu ase county engima yaito ya Kisii. Ntwarenge n'abantu kurwa sector ya education, kurwa ministry ao kurwa agriculture, ntwarenge n'abande kurwa kanisa, kurwa youths, kurwa disability, abande bonsi twarengamo elinde twakwanira sobogare igoro muna ngiye kogera chanjo etaraikira kiro mwana ase Kisii county ose nande ngiye kogera twaikeire achievement ili twatwarire na kitu akore tukanyikira nande bali tutaraikira na kitokora tubaikire mbinto kiturakore elinde abantu baito banjera ne chanjo mono elinde tutanga marwire aya atochandire aya akwendesa abana bake mono n'abantu abanene nakie kirero twakwanira iga Kisii town ase hotel ya Premier Dallas Premier igo toiwananire muna stakeholders toiwananire nga chanjo negintu kia muhimu na andi nabeta keire tonye chinguru mono kero omuntu akore ensemo yaye onyaye no muibuli rora muno mwana o oikire getuo ya serikali ase getuo ya serikali umunyagitaria akore ensemo yaye au mwana chanjo ensemo ya stakeholders onye education ba welcome abantu baitu ko bachire ororo baba welcome bakore chanjo onye naze chikanisa igonto igwana na mangana mange sana elinde torore muna abantu baitu marwaire daliji kubachanda marwaire muna TB marwaire na measles amarwaire muna typhoid ndwarete chanje nya typhoid na marwaire alliance pia alia agutangwa ne chanjo aina aro twakwana rero asobwagare ase iga Kisii elinde twaendrese chanjo yaito abantu baito babe na afya ngiya.
Abananchi boigo nigo basemiwe kugenda ase chibarasa chiri chikobekwa n'abagambi ase chi location eli konyoro bosemye boli abo koenano n'ababwatani ayaiga niga gocha magega yege ikarokia ababwatani kwereserana na gosemania igoro yobuya bwa bana koenano achichanjo egati ya yande abananchi abo boigo nigo basemiwe chinchera chindonge chyo kwa abana babo amalio yekegusi boigo kobwatia machiko y'abanyageta elio amalio gayo tabasoko ba chisumo ase emebere yabo na igo koirera kolenta obolema ase emebere yabo tigango turategerera oroboti urwo
inchaso amalieta ngoro kudanika mukwangira igonde acting chief kesima location ne zina as the chief nya Congo in session ya mono enda tagote abanga abantu baminto amangana chibarasa nama ya sana nabona ntu akole parasingi ya sana tukasainta saisi abantu bagacha asa mangana immunization ya measles na typhoid abana balingoja ko baruale usekiango gisukuru chonsi pi n'abanyagitari ba etororo igo abana basoka na bayibuli bagasoka asobonge asokoleta abana ekero baleta abana nabo banyorete immunization bakabetu gisindani chiria bono tindanyora cases ibuna ase location yane ya mangana measles na typhoid iga kerondo iga abanyagitari baito bagweta n'ekigari batatebia na indu nabagambia twabatebia chibarasa abantu baito tokogania nga mosoka asobonge elinde moja ase chibarasa elinde tobatebia nga enyagitari n'abanyagitari n'abantu bagokonya na indu kurwaliwa oko abanyagitari bagakora ese ng'encho tutagete nga abantu baito baba elite nekero omonto are elite nomurangeri ase barasa igako bavera active ase ng'encho barasa echi nkokonya chire chakonya toneri amangana security amangana ayanda development naro amangana elite naro moso amangana elite una omobere ole buya no n'abantu obale at peace ekero abantu banyorete ngamba igotete ekero abantu batabwati nonye n'emechando yo emebere amarwaire ya buna twetaniri nchegento nari gosaba abantu baminto nkelinga takogenda kunya kuri yemete nga no insana moko genda nyagitari cheitu chiachire bakange tubwata mariogo amange mukora mune na chitroni chiwete igurana mariogo igo chiwete sengenjo yaki amariogo gare chinyagitari chaito abanyagitari igo bara ororo baikire ororo igo nonye maternity nonye kende yonse pi igo ndoche ng'a nonye na ambulance nayo chire ekiagera ng'a abanyagitari are bairwete paka abane tubwate community workers community providers bari jinye ase ebinyoro gweta na bara bakorwa oduma iga abantu baminto barimo bwate soka so bonge nonye na abana bari baremerete barushi ororo baire nyagitari banyoro gokonya noe mbali barwaite HIV AIDS na baruti abagende ekiagara mariogo gaikira ase nyagitari iga abantu baminte ngote abengeta TV ngo batebia na inu ase muri beka abantu baito ese ngincho yo kurwariwa abantu baito twaravia elinde disa development country ekere country bwata abantu baigotete ekera abantu bare buyase mebere abantu abwe no ene serikali kanyora jinga kichinyororo asoko barambira igo abantu banyagitari baito mbiyamo ase gasi mogokora na ende we need your services mogendere na mogendrete ambulance no embo tuko kagenda konya abantu baito no ene nyagitari asa lero kogonkerio ora bangina baito lero igo bakogonkira isi abalia togoteba ng'abasae nyoma erinde ng'aki amonyora abana abu erinde banyare konyora huduma ya serikali.
Nche Daktari Paulo Matongo Kibo korwa Okibo Habo Clinic aiga somo chiokeroka nyasaye na batongete omonto lakini ritani akaratonge emete akamaya gotobeka ororo tori emete bono emete yenero tokori nero chindagira emete nera mariogo na batogotebia abataramu begesongo ng'ambu ya mono ase eng'encho ya research yabo bakorire babekire emete ase chisindani babekire emete koba kinga ase emebere immunization gocha ase omobere goetera emete eyo baroseti negento kiengencho iga emete nebwate ebipimo chisokoro imbarenge kwa omonto emete etabwati egepimo emete nebwate egepimo noki tosomete mono utarachaka omonto eriogo ainara ogosomigwa omotegete gokonyugwe enusu ekerasi omotegete gokonyugwa egesanda ekegima nande motoitori kende una bono obereri guri sosa onywe rinyinge tokoumia ekero okori chinsaga chinyinge igora igote tari okoumia na manyinga agende bwango igo abagusimba amanyete kero omote kiogokora omobere mbamanyete amatunda are koriegwa nyoki ekogera bono iga Kenya ngima ninchendo omonyakero gobwa abantu aba bemete na ekeombe gieto gekoro kuna tepa ntwa bwatana ne University ya Nairobi bono ntobegeta abantu bagotraini igoro yoko ebipimo biemete naende research ekorwe amarioga yaito Kenya chake koyarosia ase ncherengiya asokotumia rende obororoboria tokwoba bochigosira abantu ko babekire monumba akororeru bono ntugasaine na ase ng'encho tugasaine igo ntubwaterane na eriti gochakera headquarter paka chi county chaitu ne chi sub county kororanga abantu bari bakogaba emete nkobwaterana bari na eriti egere abantu aba tubamanye omonto tagotuboka bosa gosoa kogaba emete oreta obokong'u ase abantu baito gose ebimwana biri biare ko ebike onywa eriogo riaba excess gose riaba underdose igo ainaro bono iga ekeombe gietu kiana tepa kegenderete gosomia na ninche gento natebia abakenya bonsi nkeringa baira abantu ase chichancho nchibwati bobe ngotanga chire amarwere tagochigotwara chinguru yagera omonto omenya obua amarwere emiaka yaye yonse.
Na waziri wa mang'ana echisemi Julius Migosi ugamba nigo aenekeirie komiti ye bunge iyo ikorigereria ugoikeraniwa kwa machiko ose implementation committee kingaki bale korigereria richike lyo lyabekwa erio richike liretwa ne bunge anomono asa mang'ana ringete introduction of comprehensive health wellness and sex education in curriculum as a core subject in schools. Egento mwaziri migosi aenekirie buna nigo engane yo ya begetwe asa masomo na nigegendrete kubwatigwa na goikeraniwa sasa me akabari studio tiga totegerere gati ya machibu ayo migosi aruete chingaki aikeranete ase kamati ya mangana ngete implementation na go implementation committee anono ase bunge.
The motion resolves that the national government, through the State Department for Basic Education, should introduce comprehensive health, wellness, and sex education as a core subject in the school curriculum. 2, ensure the content is developed in conjunction with the curriculum developers and other relevant stakeholders to ensure it is culturally sensitive and age appropriate. 3, include topics such as mental health, self-esteem, healthy relationships, consent, and protection from abuse as part of the broader wellness education. 4, empower children with the knowledge about their legal rights in the event of abuse or exploitation. I think that is the gist of the resolution that was passed by the House.
As I was waiting for the answers for the questions you've just mentioned, I didn't see where the CS is telling us that this has already been implemented. So I wanted to know him to say whether to give a yes or no answer as to explain to us whether this thing has been implemented, and if yes, it is already in schools. What evidence does he give us to show that it's already taking place in our schools? Maybe in which books, in which grade or class, and the contents of what is happening if this is already happening in schools.
I didn't hear where we are in the implementation process inside the schools. I am seeing a draft. Has the draft been implemented?
So yes, the resolution has been implemented and it is being implemented in our schools. What I have indicated is how the implementation is taking place. I think perhaps I should have started by saying the resolution has been implemented and it is being implemented in this way in the curriculum, because the recommendation was that we should have this sexual education in our curriculum. We needed to design it in our curriculum and then implement it. So the way we have implemented it is to use an age-appropriate system in order to ensure that we give or we train to teach the learners content that is appropriate to their age, so that as the learners progress from one grade to another, the content increases in intensity depending on that age. So the gist of the motion has already actually been implemented through the introduction of these issues that we call the pertinent and contemporary issues in our various learning areas. So KICD had to come up with the curriculum, develop the design, and then ensure that the contents that are in the books for each grade is appropriate for that age, so that their children, as they are learning, as they are growing, the content relating to that particular subject is actually in their subject. Our teachers are trained professionals. They are trained and retooled on this particular subject, on how they are supposed to teach the learners. And the ministry, through KICD, issues core texts, the textbooks and teaching guides and materials that support teachers. Also in our ministry, we have our quality assurance officers who evaluate the content of that are in the books and ensure that this is what the learners, this is what the teachers are teaching the learners. So there is a combination of strategies that ensure that the correct information reaches the age-appropriate students like we've indicated. And Chair, with respect to issues relating to teachers going beyond what they are supposed to be doing and having relationships with the students, that is against the policy of the ministry and of the government, and it's actually criminal. So investigations are done, and they get sacked and they face the law. It is actually there, but this is not something that is common. It is something that happens with the wayward teachers, just like in any other institutions or in any other area of our society. But there are guidelines, there are books.
Chair.
Yes.
Chair. I want to correct the CS. Most of these other institutions, we are dealing with adults. In our schools, CS, we are dealing with children. So we cannot compare or generalize that what's happening in our schools is also happening in other government departmentals. Those are two, we cannot compare apples and oranges, CS.
Thank you for that correction. In the training and the materials that we have, when we are training the students, we allow them to be able to report that, for example, we teach them what is inappropriate, then they're able to say what this teacher is doing is inappropriate because of that training. So the age-appropriate training that we are giving to the students help curb these particular actions by these teachers that might happen, which would not otherwise happen if there was no training to allow the students to know what is appropriate and what's not appropriate. So the systems that have been put in place and the contents that have been put in place are calculated to ensure that as much as possible, we are protecting our children and they know what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and who to report to. That's why we have career guidance officers, we have quality assurance officers who come and check, we have the teams that are responsible to ensure that this does not happen.
Magayo murai bwense William Samuel Ruto kwa mochia babunge ase ukubwata maki eliwe Etaya gatie bill imeye bunge nene niko bono ababunga bwo barorekanire gotago kiwane chinkwane ekyo egento batebere buna no gosaririwa elieta Kwana ase bunge nigo egati yababunge babolirie umurai bwense wasomo waziri bwamangana public service Geoffrey Ruku wikabosio bwe bunge yo elikoyeresera obwene bwamangana yo yokubwata maki eliwe Etaya egati bill ime ye bunge yo enene.
So, Mr. Speaker, I would like to start by saying that this House, the House of Parliament, is a temple of democracy in this country. This is where the will of the people is exercised in accordance with Article 95 of our Constitution. And so whenever there are allegations of the nature that has been made in the last 2 weeks, Mr. Speaker, it is a matter of grave national concern, and that is why you have done the right thing to stop all other business of the House to ensure that members are able to ventilate into the otherwise very serious allegations that have been brought against this House. Mr. Speaker, I am very committed to the principles in the Constitution of integrity, transparency, and good governance. And Mr. Speaker, what we have seen the last 2 weeks is worrying. It started, I think, 2 weeks ago with an allegation by a senior member of the executive that there is indeed allegations of bribery within Parliament. I was at the devolution conference last week in Homa Bay, and none other than His Excellency repeated the same. The following day, the Prime Minister repeated the same, that there is a lot of bribery and corruption going on in this House. Mr. Speaker, to take you back to the events of 2024, these members of Parliament were nearly killed in this House as they defended democracy and the rule of law. Mr. Speaker, after that, there were some allegations that money had changed hands. I think there was a figure of 2 million that time. And members, some of them even lost their property. Their houses were burnt. Others lost livestock and other things. So, Mr. Speaker, an allegation of bribery against a member, especially the figures that are being touted, even makes it, we feel endangered as you walk the street. People, first of all, imagine you are some 10 million or some 150 million, and others possibly think You are the worst enemy of the people. Mr. Speaker, you know we have been called MPs. We have been called all manner of names. So as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge you, as the leader of this House, to do whatever it can, Mr. Speaker, to defend the integrity of this House. And Mr. Speaker, we must first of all, and if you allow me, since I had a substantive motion, Mr. Speaker, add me only 2 minutes so that I finish. Mr. Speaker, it is important that you lead us to restore the dignity of this House. And there are certain things that we must stop doing. Mr. Speaker, this House has to stop being a choir for the executive. Mr. Speaker, this week we have also seen a lot of attack on CDF and an attack on Constituency Roads Fund by the same executive whom we have helped here with very difficult decisions. And now, I think, Mr. Speaker, the chickens have come to roost. Mr. Speaker, I invite the members of the executive to read Matthew chapter 7, verses 3 to 5. We know corruption is a big issue in this country, but the Bible reminds us, while look at the speck of sawdust in your neighbor, while you yourself, you have a log inside your eye. Mr. Speaker, as I finish, it appears some people are falling, but we will not allow them to fall with the whole House.
The simple sequence of that long statement read by my chair is that this was a government bill sponsored by the Executive Office of the President. And we were told that we needed to pass it to remove Kenya from the grey list. In compliance, and it was signed off by the leader of majority, we complied, it came here, it passed. Where is our fault? Should we have rejected it? Because if we did, then you can blame us. Mr. Speaker, if that passage of the act and the amendment was procured by any corruption, then that corruption can only come from the Executive Office of the President. Because they are the ones who wanted it to pass. And if that is so, then 3 things follow. 1, that either the President or someone in his office knows who gave the bribe. 2, the President or someone in his office knows who received that bribe. And 3, they know why it was given, because obviously it could not have been for passage. It's even more annoying that it is alleged that some 10 million was given. Do you know 10 million to give the members, that's 28,000. So it's being alleged that members of this House are cheap as 28,000 to pass a law. It's even more annoying. Mr. Speaker, some of us have reputations and careers beyond this House. I want to suggest, Mr. Speaker, that under Standing Order 19...
Moncho muliriria gusuka bosioni gomulirikito Josephat Makura Muracha kurase county ya Nairobi akomenyanga ni gabamenyi kurase nsemeyo bakwanire taro yegesoko kumugusi okyase nyumba yoborai ya State House murubiri nyarako bakoko kolekana anomona siri tukoliria ria ijuma kinga kigesako kumugusi yakorete taro okyase nyumba yoborai ya State House. Sensa ya kabra ya studio ngotokomera nere Josephat Makura Muracha kurase county ya Nairobi elio atomanyenga nararia kwanirwe kubwatekana netaro yomugusi okyase nyumba yoborai ya State House.
Uya kegima korwe studio buna mumanyete etimu ncharugusie nene kabisa iya nyara kubage goikase enyombe nene yoborai ye koruku State House asa bantu banyara ko enyorera ebintu bitari bike na abarai bakanyako babakosaba ande bintu bikogenda gochiase orogongo rwagusi ni otorachinyara ko batogoikerana no mungwanora oyore okagire koligia oborai asensemo yagusi aranyako bagotoa o amangana make gose ebirengere bya imbiri binga asabantu libanyako bagoikase nyomba yoborai mbuya gose mbobe ebirengere bya imbiriri mbiribi gochi asengane yo mbiyoro morai
mbiyamona sana mwana
mintu amalieta onarari
amalieta ngoro kwa ambassador Matoke ngoro wa Bukera Ward Nyamira County asengoli UMC ali Bukera Ward abantu baito gocha State House gose gotiri kurugusiba ka State House asende ne report negative na positive igende gatanga ni abantu bali baito batana weka State House tiante bena asokore twaro rugusiba ka State House negento kialenge kiya baje barore nyombe liyo bogambi barore nakia kororokana ende barore nakia bogambi bokororokana lakini endo kende abantu baito bono bachire gokorwa babe chi yani babe dependent yani ne rasmere babuga ati bintu byabo bakisibigo toka bamago chikobinyora
Igo yani abategemete
yani kuno kotegemea ine serikali lazima tebuga timo bango nde buonsi mu bango ebwate no kotebya abantu bache ko basorana ga kitokorere gento kelie to bwente okorwa eki serikali bwente ko na resources to the county bwente ko na resources to the sub counties chikolega siko chesa bachumbe uchesa ba MCA na uchesa banas chikolega sise ground diga asa abantu bwente bwente ko ruwa national government biba ikere direct igaso ko bogoli abantu korugusi elitaina ko se baje na gosaba maendeleo alina mangana siasa asengenja abantu baito ko sekero kende president ya rolena ground kia ya sale kire bano chakere ko rejuvenate ground eso kurangalia abantu ko State House elinda bangaine na wano turamo State House yene yaito noni no mwata ko menyaka iga lakini eyere kena mba ko menyorro no bosiringi bako bokaiga elinda bana banda ko mu ekoko ali se ground
lakini oise kurigereri chinga kichinyinge twarorire kira section gosekorwa chi party au chiense ya Kenya abantu bakwenda State House igo ntumbobe abagusi na intuko kenda State House bararora muna abandi bakokoreru
na njira kirata na ki kwenda korre nyombe State House yero is a very good thing lakini gento nke baje dokora ali no kwenda koserwa na gotebiguna umu president toju wakira tutamu William Ruto
ntwaroche amangana mbasa beta amangana ye university chichiro mbasa bete binte binge asam okorra kwao do we deserve ko sababu intention liko se ebinte bimante ko yananu na serikali kulingana muna neli chikolire
tuakireta barai bakiri chikura kurugusi abo bwenda ko representation bwenda ko oversight kucheza serikali abarai balia na bwenda ko lika chi proposals to the government aba egento abantu baito ko prioritize ne university egento abantu baito ko prioritize ne kinyegetali kwa hiyo university tayina ne fifa batakorete ine yaki yaito kiagara ne into ko taxes so it is not a yani kite gento batakorete ne fifa mono university yaje no se nyamira yaje university lakini ite fifa batakorete ekire chi taxes yaito batoeta buna abantu banyamira na into tonyore gento to value buna abantu banyamira.
Do you think ogocha kwaba ntokorugusi gocha State House ngonyara ko bagogo se change narrative ya matiangi
tinga gerete go se na correct State House kera bangi buna bana ngwira na gochimate na ngo tira kurugusi na ba kirta na roko abana ba tena tuachire tuasombira besa gocha tigaturagere kera ne besa ite kuna kuruwe kubosa abandi kibalire ngi tungi tutaliere so ebe seri baje to kuya mba yetira kinya abantu baito kurugusia can tell you no onde ground rioka onye nchumeli ate na kwata banafusi more than 3000 abantu bakoteba na into kurugusi community yanke yatora twaro mwana ito ku Fred Matiang'i bune president
ntwakwanete n'abantu bake bare gukorea analysis umuntu akabori omungina naro rurisi gugusi tanya gutacha Nairobi na moso ageti go Nairobi akaende nyumba ya State House agaikaria karagera akaria ngo kuraso mutwe konsa
korunga bonsi pito konde nengo kone burtse ito gusia bangina bakolie to konde juice ne burtse gusia matoka ejire gusi abangina bali baje tesenje barangiri wa bese yabusa nona barangiri wa soko jukwa wa bese yabusa rasi mominyoke onyoyi lakini yo bango buwa ono bwata naki at the end of the day yo muntu jo wakire kurana so president Matiang'i ego bese liba itu State House nonye no yo mota yo jo bwata na etu
Miyamano sana omolikio ito Josephat Makura moracha timaitio Azizi kwa igule nkwana ose birengere liyo mwana incho yo musi nilekale korekana na igakale ko igoro sensemo ya Nyamira era hote university ne yaki yabo ninde namba bwata babunga bwenta kwanda basabe bintebyo nabo igo nambu ya emba chie tororo lakini bona ambu aboliri swali ligi ya sana ko boli moracha gali naki kwani ngoko ya bole tegusi Wao chikoli State House korende une biranga bibiya ninde inere nkwana tobwata seri tukoli aro by the way tobwata bagani baita butoko manyibona bayikirega igase studio timaite Azizi senyanchiye chinsa okonganchera nko ira somo timuko elinde moko irana nimete nkwana ene chikobwata anse sana asenyancho mate nabagani abo baito nabatinguke gima gona mbachiko ba okwanira amangana ya igoro yetaro yomogusi uchi asense melia ya State House ekere bale ngoro litukoli ijuma anda kemba to manyina kere ba chietoro na ralia yega maye ba roche na rali ba itu baraguna bagusi rende bakagoka bakaira na gocha gusi igo bono aseboni go mwancho murigereria nganchire turagenda sensemeli itu mutimoko to koirana Cyrus Azizi na chiko bagakoirana gaiga na bageni abatinguke ngima bachiko bagokwanira igoro yetaro yo mogusi gochiase umuchio Nairobi ime ya State House kere ba chita bakaumerana amono murai bwense William Samoei Ruto.
Etaya TV Oborabu Wagusi
Twatire kuma maine twatire kuma Geni uhuru maine ochire kuma Geni uhuru maine ochire kuma Uhuru superstores Uhuru superstores Uhuru superstores
Edukaya Uhuru Superstores Limited Kisi Wana nigo ya ihoire first class showroom Iyabire ntanga nigo chakiwa Asoro gongorwa South Nyanza na South Rift Sabateja Bago chaberorera mabati au Kuruase company ya mabati Rolling Mills Nigo babuata bataramu Nechibundi bago korosire bunota keire gochora amabati ayura agachire umuche amone chinyomba chiri sara au babuata mabati yechi warrant kuri myaka 5 ebere wiki myaka 50 munabono charcoal gray tile red brick red sky blue maroon chocolate amona yanda mange Uhuru Superstores baigo nige bwathi machine kire chiko chogania erangia elio konyora erangi uganetie emanyikaine buna Crown Paint Color Mixer nigo bwate chibundi abo barakwe abo semiguri chirangi aho chakira economy goika premium ichuranyare gwaka isiko na ime chinyomba elikorokana buya kurwase company ya Crown Paint inyora Uhuru Superstores nero yoka sorogongorwa South Nyanza na South Rift Jabire ntanganiko igora first class showroom ya mabati Rolling Mills Hamabuigo Botware machine yogo chirangi cha Crown Paints emanyikanete buna Crown Paints Color Mixer korwa USA Ilikorenta obo koreli inka Uhuru Superstores lige gotoko muchibu songo Uhuru Complex angena Safaricom Boigo Babuatu rosagia ronde ine JM Towers Ijuera angena Credit Bank Kisi Baakire simiase namba 011-1161-500 Gusova likere email info@uhursuperstores.com Uhuru Superstores The people's choices Guaranteed lowest prices Karibo nyumbani
Ukize machozi data Injua songo marana mayachiro
HK Pharmaceutical Center ni nyagatari gutumika chinjira cyekerero kumureke ebimo byao na kumanya oburoire nigo babwata mariogo yemete arosirie n'obumanyo bonene akorwa chinse cheisco bunere ya Hong Kong, USA, Malaysia na United Kingdom nigo babwata mariogo yabana naboigo ayabanta banene ngorwale bara maroire buna diabetes, high blood pressure, chinengo arthritis, cancer, chinyigo obogomba low libido asaba sacha na yanda manke
incheno manyagitare iri nikema obangi korwa senyagitari ya HK International Herbal Center umuchuito bosongo na inde marimo roira ali tukubwenia na ya tukurukanga lifestyle diseases use chronic diseases amaroira ali agoso asumubere kwanyoranga ekerobo mabwasoire nigo bokwarigania maroira amange kwanyoranga umubiri usalikire na inde twakonyira abantu abange kuri umwaka 2011 na inde nigo tubwate chi machine chikorigereria umubiri w'omugima ebimo byao byonsi ipi birito konyora byasoire gutwara umuchando na inde tubwata mariogo na mariogo aya igaito nigara yemete na inde turuseti chinse cheisco ao na inde nigara mariogo arosiri no umanyi gwa igoro mono ayo akonyara kurusia amaroira yaboniga kurwasa umubiri itu yani buna bono murigereria ayande niga gusibia manyinga ayo ita yo mubere arusia amafuta ali amabeto kurukanga cholesterol ali akogoteye meki yagera amaroira na gotonyora mariogo ande nigo tukurusia semo chi Hong Kong eyere ni China ayande ngurustora sensemo ya India na ayande ngurustora sensemo ya South Africa na ayande na ayita Kenya agaiga bali no kuganya wako nyore mirimo bayiche senyagitari yaitu banyora maegerio egere tubwatera naso bwamo obweni abantu baitu gusi nonya nisiko ya gusi
asamanke bakere simya se namba 0717176383 gose obatarire memo chobosongo ang'e ne stage ye chigari. HK Pharmaceutical Center obobwenia oraigene.
Rocky Driving School ne sukuru yo Burundi era singincho yago kwarokere bale Burundi bw'Kigali abuna bono A2 asichipikapiki, A3 tuk-tuk, B1 yani automatic, B2 manual, B3 professional Uber, C1 as a light truck, C as a medium truck, D1 as a PSV matatu 14-seater, D2 as a PSV bus 33-seater, CE as a heavy trucks, Amonechi trailer, F people with determination, Boigo, B as executive Nkorwe Wachire. Ni wabwate abali mbayisaine na wabwate obumanyi bwekerengo kigoro bolibyo bwanchire na NTSA. Nichigali chinyinge gwikirania okugania kwago. Niko bahokora kuri Jumatatu gwika Ijuma gocha kerense muhili mambi gwikense yemo ya magoroba. Jumamosi na Jumapili gocha kerense yemo bwigo wikachinsa isana ibere cha mubaso. Na nabo kwegera korengana n'ichinsa obwatelibaga. Niko toka ime ya Kisi Busongo asamagacho a Market Plaza ebara ya Kisi Kisumu. Moigo babuwati chinsa ya Ogembo na Nyakoe asamange bakirisimiasi namba 0702 552222 ugose 0700 667777 ugose 0748019811. Rocky Driving School, now everyone can drive.
Karibu Harken Academy Kisi, shule ya kisasa ya bweni na kutwa kwa wavulana na wasichana inayopeana masomo ya CBC kuanzia preschool, primary na junior secondary. Iko na mazingira matulivu, walimu waliohitimu na wa kutosha, maktaba ya kisasa, mahabara ya kompyuta na sayansi, madarasa na mabweni ya kisasa, mahali pa wanafunzi kujifurahisha na pia wanakuza talanta na kutia fora katika michezo mbalimbali. Vile vile wana usafiri wa kutosha. Kupata nafasi ya mwanao, watembelea Riatwenya, kilomita 2 kutoka mji wa Kisii, barabara ya Kisii Marani, au piga simu nambari 0755331318. Harken Academy, the future is here.
Ine, noga nitiko cha kiago sekugari ya obotugi bw'ekingoko. Kampani y'engoko nero lichibo lyago enyorere bichuchu bya Saso improved kienyeji ebyo bire chanjo na bire tayari asobotuga bitaliko bwatwa n'amarwaire bigo kina bwango ase chitwoni kigoika chikiro ibere nenuso ise yemetie nye tato bigokoli bya aselire gose climate kende gyonse na nabo tukawo tali gosiekera yani free range boigo ekaro bya bire meswani go bikobeka magena gucakira 2020 goika 2040 kero mwaka boigo mbabwate automatic egg incubators gochakira magena 58 goika chiribuisano inyora ekero kwagurire nigo gokoberwa goikege sieli kiago niko bagutuka imyo mochobo songo mwa Mutumbi Plaza second floor room number 1 barabara stage ye Kigali gose obatarase fam gotoke para ya Kisi Kisumu egati ya Nyakoe na Mosocho na buko bakirisimi ase namba 0710-831-806 0710-831-806 engoko gukinia abare migwetera obotuge kwabiri gukuri y'ubugwenya sora konyo muchando usasengaki otaranyora bono tokumia Ronya Hospital Keumbo niyo koreria obokoreri bwekerero bwa afya yawo asenjira ensera kigima niko bwato bokoreri bukubwatia ase inpatient na outpatient maternity services gochia sabasubati bali bebwatiranetie X-ray na scanning gochia sabali abatu aliromo chando kwa mauga amona gukoringolya omubire bwensi mbabwate modern lab iyo bwate chimashini kiekerero asukurwa machibwago abwabwo fully equipped pharmacy asababwata malyogo onsibi barwire mbali kogenda kurya malyogo isiko ali bakurikirwa n'umunyagitari major na minor theater asabarwire bagokorerwa operations uburwaria bwa maiso asababwata chimashini cyogopima eliko kuwenya gusigo kwa ebirore korosigwa amaino gusibigwa amaino chinchera chia new technology newborn machine asabana bali abatarayikirana chingaki bakwiburwa bakorererwa 24-hour ambulance services chigokoro bosombi bw'abarwaire chinsemerongo ibere nanye keralituko uburendi bw'abarwaire ase chinchera chitakeire nigo gutumia insurance ya SHA iyo kweli kekigima na inde kwarorerwa kekima Ronya Hospital Keumbo nije gotoke bara ya Kisi Keroka chimita chimisano kurwa Keumbo Market na buku banyorase namba yesimi 0768 350999 Ronya Hospital Keumbo Modern Medicine We Care.
Karibu Mwalimu International Hotel Kisii kwa mandhari ya kupendeza. Tuko na vyakula vitamu vinavyopikwa na wapishi waliohitimu kama vile samaki, nyama choma, kuku na aina zote za vyakula vya kienyeji. Conference hall kwa kufanyia mikutano aina yoyote, vyumba vya kulala vya hali ya juu, vinywaji mbalimbali kwenye bar na restaurant, mahali pa kubarizi, mchezo wa pool table na parking ya magari ya kutosha. Pia unaweza fanya booking kwa sherehe kama vile harusi, baby shower, graduation, birthday, sherehe ya watoto na zinginezo. Tunapatikana mjini Kisii, Mashauri nyuma ya jengo la Mwalimu Sacco. Kwa mengi zaidi, tutembelee au kupiga simu kwa nambari 0792267062. Mwalimu International Hotel, at your service.
Etaya TV, Oborabu Wagusi.
Dago sugiri wano mancho mwaligiria na go kwaligenia sentunde ya kabere asiritukeriga aliarero chingaki tuyaliganirie anere mono go kwanira mangana lingete etaro yegesa kukyomo gusi ase nyomba yoborai ya State House osaso munu bwe kanyamuliro bagotebanga the visit osete omo gusi visit to State House ni otete ko bana ninga ine kero muntu boniga ari muno mune county ya Nyamira naro cyali go chaka university. Each and everybody is now saying ababachetri recently bagotebanga yaya bono ni tutwache tukuye university. Each and every leader currently in the county of Nyamira is coming out clear kakatabanga yaya inche na Rwanerere University ya Nyamira, inche na Koldeki University ya Nyamira abaraya bangi bono liboli itoneli ine ningo olenda the University ya Nyamira yego nkete bwato omoroberio gotsuno gochaki kwanda ateba se semeli ya kiabanyoru ankyo. By the way komanyikwa timu ile gocha yakora mangana yo ana makosa semeli ya jeshi no ikarasiri tukuri ankyo yakaro kutukobora nigo Nyamira Kiromonto is running to a university. Bado intubonegesa kukyomo gusikuru se county ya Kisii there was a team that went to the State House. Li boli ndina ki aba bonse pipaka kurwa se county ya Kisii ne university bachiete kuya onchubuligile bano yaliganie chingake gati ya maboli yo akonyora machibu kurasa bagani abombo ataiga siri tukeliga lia lero na tutarachaka kende gyonse niko kumanchiro mwanchubuligile bali baga be manyekania be na sole ili tumego chaka ituko lia teto ja kurasa sema kabisa alia sembugate umusayo kurkunganere enoko sagero karibu sana kia baba.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much.
Asama leta ngoro kwa Enoch Sagero, iyo ngoro ali county ya Nyamira, Notu Mugirango constituency, Tibo ward. Support nene ya William Samoei Ruto, ntoko nyota ba 10 bila breki, usawa uwanja 2 term. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Ayani watu mheshimiwa Andrew Mwende Mochache oyo kuliga baada kirogo ze wodega ya Kisii Central. Karibu sana kia baba kwani mwancho mlilia.
Bia mono mwancho motegereria na umurario minto ngore. Asamali tanguru kwa Andrew Mwende Mochache ngorwa se ward ya Kisii Central imeyanyaliba ali chache constituency. Buno yo mintate bile ne supporter yo monto getale na nchene supporter ya Matiangi omwana bweli roba kurugisi ya mono.
Thank you so much.
Karibu tutali ram.
Saracha aketaro ya bagusigo cha State House. Hiyo ndongere kia babwango since you come from Nyaribari. Recently omoheshimiwa Tongi nkomogani alenge ndatebe ngina nkomogani alenge mamu abo alia sensemeli ya malibalia Nyaribari chache. You saw the incident that betalia which buru chikaene kiwa okaralia ndatebe a good number of people bagosoka no mheshimiwa the current MP Nyaribari chache Zairi Chanda ndatebe nga matanga katwara ukoburukana kopot kaneke karibu na kilia mheshimiwa Mochache inki ke gosomia ibunu mheshimiwa osumurai in waiting.
Okay, number 1 ngento kilige konsominga tutwara maskani asa abantu baito nandi tuske culture yo mogusi ntoma etenga ntubuno mogusi ntosigeto obugima bwo monto musoe kero enyangi yo moerio yo montego koru ntutageta maskani amanena asa omoyega onke bunoyo so ekere bintu buna biri bikorrekana asa matanga eyiye koro kinga bagusi ntubwate shida kidogo ntutakire tuske culture yaito tusko obugima bwo monto nekero egento kirenga na matanga abana siasa tubeke siasa yaito kando tumanye nga tokogenda koremia bali banyora obokongu lakini tali ugochikoleta chibura burworo tali togochaka ko mobilize abantu kobaira asa matanga erinde nchigwake ruchinko bimono kobuoyonde so tumanye nga amatanga n'umuyega obangirwe specifically asoko eninyagosira na asoko remie family eriyae tumanye nga amatanga tali enseme yamo y'abana siasa tali ground ky'abana siasa bagochikurwanirira bagochikurwana bose gochikoro kingango bwate chinguru kubwoyonde tomanye nga amatanga igatakire kwa maskani amanene na kero tuachira amatanga tomanye nga nkiyato ira amatanga.
Thank you so much. Ena kukeroke na eno mogusi ekentumuna kinya na bacha ngwa keveke tali se mitandao I think nona kiruchi tangani keronde ma kya kenya rio tuasokire kurwaiga inkikego gosomia Enoku.
Gento keri gego nsomi buna as ekere gusiga iga abarai abange banzira ko bapeti na petness yo burai na yagerire n'abagarai bandi babira banze bekira babira desperate na kyagerire ibintu bana biri bikokorekana igente kyakorekana tege sobotongi ngiakorekana tege nyamataria and we know there are some leaders but the goro kibuna mbabwate fame ye ground pakuimukia abantu bano nguru seitaria abantu onyamatari garo ntobogerire ntoma ntanto bayimogeti kuno ne kipasi kuruse italia kwenda ali bogerera abantu gete so that culture is not a good one and asomo kusi mbabwene tokosika omonto Orio sirete aya ni kuna maskani again abantu mubwende tokosika bare bachorere for example unagitingo ba elected arafu omonto otaraba elected none obo chairman wetundu bali atene mutuko ndama so again n'abantu bari bachorire mbabonete basikwa sengencho mbabwata nto bakora ki bakobwate kurumaya yeah.
Thank you so much. Bono wajiriria otoirane, we really wanted to kurakwanira mangana hiyo alingete na rali kiburukano cha neki wasana not only matangazo abatongi mheshimiwa gose the former nominated MP Nyamato lakini twarara bintu bine biga kokolekana nonye chisamo kirikia sengera we saw such a thing so na kitware kona kuborania nganinki kikendete before turaso kabisa sema ngana lengete etaro yo musi bado you recently saw a meeting ikorukunga parliamentary group meeting ya korekana jointly na ODM plus Kenya Kwanza leaders asasembeli ya Karen. Since then amurabwense na the ODM leader Raila Odinga bakorekana komuchaba bunge ase uko bwata maaki ilikuetia chibill usekara mangana impeachment ikiu nona se ebunge bumuna bono National Assembly ko Senate abantu bamenyokali kabisa bachaka ko bwata kibesagere oyegerero oyo igore ndo tekere ko imbichi for instance egereta kusiko egento kera kanire ko kwane rusana but before that was after that after chinkwana ichicho maraibwense na boigo Raila Amolo Odinga we saw yesterday ase bunge nene karo babu atebi karo byabo tambe tukorera babunge bawe sokia na gukwanira inchira baralekanire ko ba disappointed ne serikali ya William Samoei Ruto eyo korengana baru balko tebanga niko ba mokonyire bose bakonyire serikali yaye aso weti chibill gete chinyinke wetera se bunge which means they have done a lot na they really needed was they never thought na President Ruto na ikase akolekana ko bamochena mangana lengete usako bangaje kusako allege na mangana lengete obukurumi goso amaki what does that tell you ngeye ko te yuna mheshimiwa muchache
okay ekili tanganire ko tebenga the arms of the government in Chibuati Bwerani Borobia, Naboniga, we have the three arms of the government. Ntubuate arm to Koroka the judiciary, Yere court in Mangana court, then to Katuara parliament, Nelly Yuvona Saba MP Vale, then to Katuara executive, as a president, a crown president, na ministers, no Bubare as executive. Bono ekero konyora ekira ese chinyombechi sato kile nyumbani bwata maskani ya ena ne bwata roli ya etakire okoraki etakire gokora ekero konyora nga executive egotaka gutamira omete na benge bunaririe buku ekero Adamu akubuli ngankwalire itunda agotamiranga no mukungu agotamiranga ya nengiti yakoraki yanga the same way egenteke president yakwanete igono enero ya realize ringa obukurumi mbokoreki ero monyene bwanjira ne tali realize bwanjira nirege ko gochakerera na aro mukurumi gochakira bwanjira nango obukurumi mboro abono lakini atagete gutamakuru oronga tayera n'abapunga aba ekero bagokuruma chibese chi ngoko leta okoros chibili abantu bakorosi na bwa executive baleta rebunge goseme miswade menge kurwase kurwa executive yacha gocha saba ababunge bache gwete gocha kurigereria ekere minutinga mbatumeka chibesa kugura abande elinde bababwatise that means nga executive nero yakoraki yaru chibesa echi bonekere gento president etali gototaibuya inguko ba chibesa echi bakoye kubona chibili echi agoteba chietiri sauri abantu baile chibesa inguko ba chibesa echi ne executive who is in charge of the executive nere nga chibesa echi na chi account anywhere for example na ndebono ero monyene keragoteba nga babunge nkoye bubali ero monyene orore kanira sechi kanisa atenene kanisa kuru 20 million elabwe kabuna as a man as a president yakuru 20 million and promise another 100 million obeira accountable echi sechi okay tuamanyire koranga na abegeta abantu bakogenda bakugwa around nga empowerment baokora ababo skasudi babo nani babo kibeti ekero bagotara iga chibesa chiri njira accounted anywhere nko babara accountable ngaichiko chibesa echo so a president data kile gotenena clearly igo yani ntoroche nga in other words o accept ringa serikali yaye ne serikali ya ntoro njira accountable one that is why a president ero monyene ororekanire oanjira nirenga serikali yaye ne serikali yobokurumi na ndi bono bachakire gotamira na bono rochekero omonto ato banyanga magoso na aro bono no gotamira na bataite gosuguma gochia na babungo on the other side tuabele to gukwana botambe mitandao nga ababunge etenenere tikakogenda mutumeke buna chise kwende chistambu tunga guheterie gento gete mwakuni gugantu kakeigo bono mamunjo keigo konyongo bakani tole bono nga imo gocha gutama gochi mono chiri bune finance bill babwateranete bakakuni wegento buna bakunetigu bakahitie finance bill bakaitandikwa abande mwaroche bintu byabo biko sambo bono president yaikire bono ngo barukere ngo tamere tata makuru tikababwaterane bonse na abayibi na kitoko teberanga one time obo ibyo wensipi waenda nyumbani pamoja wote.
Thank you so much.
Na kitu atete nganguka nayo wanguke na
Thank you so much. Eno kusagirize you are one of the biggest supporters turasarongo bagusibuse county ya Nyamira o support serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Ingekeka ndreta se nyumba ya ino ya Kenya kwanza na babunge what is the problem mugusinko te baringi nga moibe tata getiko ibirwa na morogi tata getiko rambera boy is that what we are experiencing between the president and the MPs plus the senators?
What we are experiencing right now is about the president, about people complaining, saying that this government is corrupt. But when the president is trying to point out corruption, abantu bansire como blame. Honestly speaking, we have some few members of parliament who want to taint this name of this government of Kenya Kwanza, walichafuiga, so that they are a government they are corrupt. To be honest, my friend Otaya a president ngoroero muchango ngo promise yereko akacheka ni state house. You say president is not a poor man. That is one of the farmer as chief farmers chire Kenya is maybe among the best 10.
But remember he was complaining about mo 150 million ngachiko. For instance, you see, there's a different here. The president yakonde tebo muchango na rule. And do you know why I support the president? In 1992, na somete article gete yalinga sega seti. He supported somebody. Mo gete ali Eldoret, oloko jua kali. Akamwa 50,000. In 1997 50,000 ejirangi chibasi nyinge. And akanera bana ba skuru na so he has been supporting people since. Opo kurumtele wanza serikali ya Ruto. No last government opo kurumimbo alengo. You know what happened to the land of Ruaraka and many things chi happened. We know the land grabbing, even to be a colleganite. The last time we were handing over. So yes, so that was executive. But this time around, we know, even there are some rumors. Sometimes and here and there, we hear some rumors. So, for example, Karomonta Abira appointed, was nominated. You see some members of parliament, 20 million, 5 million. So, there are some few members of parliament, but corruption. So, Akaroko president here mentioned that we have few members who taint the name of the government, namangaya corruption. So, if you see somebody who is complaining too much, is among the people who are corrupt, and actually the president knows those people are corrupt, and very soon, as the president said, they are going to be arrested, even if they say they are not going to support the government. They cannot be supporting our government and wanafanya vitu za corruption. So afadhali tujue wewe kama ulikuja useme una support government ndio ufanye vitu za corruption, afadhali utoke nje. Kuna wale watu genuine wenye wanataka mambo na corruption ukae kwa serikali, kwa sababu there is no way tutoka naendelea kwenye utawala ndio kwa vitu vya corruption banye kobera se president ezi president senge jibuna atibago jiji bill topatete
about those nini chibesa chiba tabuna governor kuruhusu 150 kwa mfano ichero study chiaye because ekintu kiarenge for example ni impeachment yarenge usine ekintu ketaba ochite kase county bakanyora makosa ikiga ruzitia ka abantu balia bamosave in a way. I know ababunge mbaro banyarire bakonye kwira chibesa baenda ba wosho muntu onyo muntu bwate bibegete oso corruption gete banyora chibesa chibanda bamusibya. That's why the president will stand tall despite all the challenges he has faced since he has overall. Igata every time around here corruption must end and ababunge bali corrupt, they must be arrested and we want to see them arrested so that tomanya naki onyo tokunya kolere onyo kubwati mo president kurumaika onyo kubwati suti yaiga kwanda kwebera abantu. That is not going to be allowed. Tebabuga twe mbasa liye serikali yeta
10 million injili kigo kwanu chiarengete bidi yarengete mangana arengete money laundering ngento naro chutienda mola tebuna agotebuna nigo kiarenge kubatetunga wikigeti we use rietenye ya Kenya risariki saja bill is nona ekerubwateli yenda liense is something that you can really fight a lot kone kianga saja bill has gone through kone kianga ngo safisha turi rietenye ito ya Kenya, but there is 10 million that is being said. For instance ngai 10 million chikoru enoko ngakitani million chiko kebu, so it means we still have somebody who is in state house ogo tumeku ko eti chibese kiagana chibese cannot come from the air. There is somebody and probably the president knows inga ebese yegete tegana nande kero koro montale pita it means igonga he knows of something.
Na ndene ria anini kama amelemewa even the beyond pia biga kwenye wait is like obele ga go spend ko bieti bono mbako ochile kororanga chiangereire bono. That means a president yenyene ya accept lingo bokurumi mbora ase serikali yae na andi nabo manyete nekero maete as a president you Mr. President ekero maete ngo bokurumi mbororo mutakile ko stopisha. It is under your government na utakile ko bange serikali yao. That means inga turate na bune president yokole what is supposed to be done elinde obokurumi bosirigwe ngakiura nya goteba ngogocha goteba nintu abana inji togocha koimuka tochiko stopisha obokwerende obokurumi abana mba mogete ba agency bakaimuka bakakwana bakatebekene bono gwaikire trochire ndo gwachakire no naye goswa se line ya agency nga kene obukurumi mboro. So who is onye gwasinyuru ko implement onye gwasinyuru gukora kusirio obukurumi obo bono. That means singa serikali yagusinyire itigebe one term elindo montaso ole manager uranya ariko sirie binte byare ko bamatianyole ororo boni ge binte bikango bukurumi tori ko boyigwa ndonse kango binte bitali binte agocha gotene na kwa na se media kange ikyo ko ibunga muntu gete imale una boniga ekera ukwa na za president ingyo tako tebela yani ngakitu tara igu kango buna kwa nete iga kango tuigure muntu gete obeki rume muntu gete na abwate tu na ande ne gento gete kire genuine na to gete na gento gete undi tayo bwati rusofanga na iga kwa netebosa ebina bye byasara turagendera gukora Kenya. We must have a manager, we must have a leader umaetenga gokongugete mbora segete.
Thank you. Allow me to leave that one aside.
Yes.
There is a problem. It's not bad to say. Ekarako romo bunge usauto mugrango Silvana Sosoro. Among the biggest supporters to Buat Kura Sorongo usi o supported serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Agotene na kabisa watabanga ki he has done a lot. Kulingana na ligo serious serikali ya William Samoei Ruto amanya kuligo tebalinga nga asante yapuna ni mateke. So it means a lot is there. Ni president atarake teba on a side. Omugusina koletaro uchase enyo yomba yobara ya state house how important is that? Is it a political from a political side na mangana lengete siasa or say it's all about development?
It is both. One, again, second, ground. If some political science, we know two things. There is managing the ground, again doing development. So the state visit yomugusi yarenge very important nende yatakere because there were some development abantu bagusi banyora korugusi chiacha ebintu bya ebintu mbiro twanyora kucha gusi tale kucha konyora. Again, you know, sometimes I ask myself a lot of questions. Why are these people who are saying one time from Gusi are complaining about the visit of Omugusi to State House, and we have seen many tribes, other people from other regions, wako kenda asali, wako in the State House. And that's why nangote yana ki, aso Omugusi to ekere. Our politics to nyebekere ya very emotional, and they are very petty. Asa to kora mnaniki, to kora siasa. So Jawata visit yomugusi kwa State House yananga very important. Naona alenge State House and I saw many people bajita ali bakafurahia mbaro batanyoka na Nairobi abande batanya koli ya batanyoka na Nairobi. So we get back State House in that way there was some development. Now I get the notes and I have those notes. Some of the projects they promised the president they are promised that is going to do those projects. And
what are some of the projects we can list?
Okay, if I can highlight those projects. One, the Shabana funds were there. When the president was talking, they started saying Tore Bobe, Tore Bobe. Now the president, I can remember, this is his slogan, Yaneni, abantu ba Shabana. The president promised Shabana a 67 seater bus before the next season here and season you go to watch. Shabana wale bus 67 seater bus enyase. That was number one for the people of for the football fans. Secondly, we have this stadium. Abantu bakateba this stadium abantu babira bange. Sometimes about the when what happened, you remember what happened between Gor Mahia and Shabana. But they get in fans. So a president in the Kaba requested, yes, I'm going to Quebec, but there is a up and to a show ground in Bara. When the body goes to Tiakaria, so take a tea horeki. Kerosiwe, Kegariwe, Keros Quebec Kano Puneria Kasarani, about to enjoy. That is another win.
Promise.
Promise. Tarajambiri gaiga epale morojo buna yakoleki iga ali bakateba barosi yende overpass yende te urasa nju chi accident ndabona anto bakone lialia overpass yebe igoro so that at least basili second. That is another thing the president they promised. I'm talking about the HKC Nyanturago bakateba Nyanturago igechekero sikuga kebe buya abantu bakoleki barosi stadium igengiya erache abantu abana nafunzi bakoleki abantu bakira umupira.
Those are some of them itogendala
okay. Another one, a president, he talked about the Nyamira University. Akateba within a week ngotomobale defense PS na CS Migosi baende barole bando bagucha salary, and that is happening tomorrow. Lastly, akatebe ko epareli ya Bomet mpaka Kisi banyegalia senje pareli ya lots of accidents. So if it's the Guchari status, yeah, very important because why ngotebe very important.
In a second,
we elected some leaders who are back on the koroki ubabe wa kisiasa. Instead of representing people as the people who elected them at the high table, bajali banza watana ki odne to konere gasi. In that way, when you run a project chinde jinde.
Chakwami.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Tare mu usikula ngana ya sinyobo ya State House. How is it important to you?
Actually nje tigandara tebanga litangani taleri kolino bosumbwa abantu baito abangina baito nabagaka baito because oiso konyegere from the word go abantu bali eba ile tunechi bus che school na no mate chi bus che school space chibwate chingana bus eri ero siri ekobogoli abana bakibono chobe ko mugaka omoneno etaniri emiaka omobeke omoile baka Nairobi oroche baka travel overnight obotuko bogima mbara bale kebago ikiwa se meeting eri oisokorigirira abange babe basundogete actually mbachieti mba enjoy eti no entry pe imba enjoy eti buya because batarete botuko no Nairobi imwe ataite ko bahoro kibanyarore bono wenda ikawa mbanyero chibuya because ba travel eti overnight bagaikari barosete nza chinde no emba iri ase bagwe sibi erine na bari ba refresh mbachieti bakorego bono bakairu nande meeting abange babonye kwarigireti ali bari gosundoka namba ibere ebinte byonse bya kwanire kasongale go promise. We know him as a president of promises. Chi promise ejina chia chakire na chia tongaine te toka mobo gambi. And still tanya korosa kongaina ba Kenya padu na bagendrete ko bangaina paka isiri okora manye kwelende tamu ya isiri koera. He has less than 2 years but still he has less than 2 years but still na agendrete ko promise. Oroche ngabono na ni my brother ago getenga na ba promise eti. Ebinte byonse pigento ngeyo kageni university echiakwane rubuna bona matanga aliyo muswati oyo Nyamato lilia ati ne kungwa roche liberera ligotena ligotebange president yato ete university nande ngi aba bachi koliginga nande university ibabwa ati kuchi Nairobi bachi konye bogoli already yaru namba ibelege ndeka kwanela kiegeti ga how many times ye president yake kwanele go how many times ye ndeki yakwanele about epale must was it a must ngaba gusiba barukurwa gusiba gende baka Nairobi bamago chikotange para nesaregete. Does it mean our representatives abantu balito gwakira chikura, does it mean that they are not working? Ngazi kibago kora what is their work nande abagusia abachiete which criteria batumegete ko chorunga oyo ne roko genda oyo ne utali ko genda. How was it done nande ekero bachiete maybe does it meaning kwelende ba MP baito mbali gokora gasi nande ne minetinga elazima abantu batura beri ko rwasegete bayika segete bamaye gokora baenda baka state house bamaye gokora magendero. Does it meaning a constitution ya ito teri gokora gasi? Does it meaning a muntu to gokora magendero nye turaika state house itigato tebenga that was purely politics koli no kogokia abantu ngababarangiri babakuniyo koli komiga actually bono nande egento kileta abantu ali abange babo na kalibu komikali gereti nande bono president yanyene nere kubuli chigaba nanganga nchi account tichibese chiria yani chibese ngamba ngai chibese chiriwe kaibaruze ti 150 governor erenga yaruze ti echiaete aba ilete kwene Nairobi erenga yaruze chibese echo ngai chiarenge echiabaete chiribu komiko ya so bono already problem bwate criteria ko wona gi onyendi yo yabe selected noja kwenda bono criteria batumiete abantu bakamyakoenda ali bagangole na kwali bagabuya egento tudete goteba neke president yaito ya realize ringa ya angilwe is the most unpopular president we have in Kenya since the independence. Is the most unpopular, and that is why akoyusi chinjira chine chionsi chioko gain his popularity. Bono na kieko rocha koligi bantu bakete gangira bakuna kunigento iga bache ko ngegerere kenyoro. Lakini to be very honest, ondena ari kwanyo liro convincing antu achete tugakorera uga gose tugakorera abantu bali tuabatebe yani tigabaenda bakirira nigo because 10,000 chire chimba chiriete nande mokonyora kabesa kugako ena no karakukali echigo chire chikali because mutachiri stealing ko ibabale bakorera ebinte byao so ebese gocha erokali.
Thank you so much. Now tutete ko kumoni who should force for development tuachire tuakire kuruba murai wense mbako mo MCA nsari abarai baito mbatamanyite gasi yabo. Number 2, you are a good support of Kenya Kwanza government. Why ekare kira sika kumugusi no mugusi okugenda state house lakini ekare kira bisa kubinde mejali luo Nyanza. The president comes to the ground, he meets the people, he talks about development nanda akorete not promising. You saw what happened recently in Homa Bay County. Kwani itwe kare ikire seke kumugusi ne rasima abantu baito babangu bayimokigwe bairwe Nairobi babe kuchiki basi bagende era omonyene inkiata ari gochera omerana n'abantu bo gusi anda akora magenderero muna akorete mata. For instance, I know mugusi ole you are a supporter of Kenya Kwanza. Are you proud of what happened?
One, you remember 31st of December.
No arenga
state lodge. When our people wake represent ya chire our leaders ngo obali opportunity yo go sawa magendero. If you are there, you listen to what our people were saying. Nobody abala ibaito bonsi pimbare ngo. Remember how many governors we have? We have 2 governors. Only 1 governor was there. How many senators do we have? 2. Only none of the senators were there. And 1 governor said that when the governor of Homa Bay ameongea, hana kitu ya kuongea. You see, how the only problem that we have right now from Gusii region is some, not all. We elected some leaders who don't know what is representation. They want to play the politics of popularism, forgetting that the reason why Babeta elected Ucheli, no kwenda korigiki, amagendero. We have county governments, and the government ngo rich person just county governments. As a budget iliyo kwa from Kenya, kibese just say counties in Chile enough. Are you getting that point? What I think you president ndeko under maatega boire on the Koronji project, because those leaders were actually a number of state house, by the way. The people from Homa Bay, they were in the state house, Ntoroje bantu ba Homa Bay ba complain. The people from Siaya, Baling State House, Kisumu, Baling State House, Migori, Baling State House. Abantu bali mba complain eti abantu bali ba maataria. But aba Gusii, when we see people back on the state house, tuanza kukuboli kritere kibatu mete ko select abantu ongi budget okola into bwata ba MP. Yes, we have MPs. How many MPs have we seen going to state house from Gusii region? We have some who are saying, oh, we don't want to work with this president, forgetting that ekeresha ye government ekuruwa chibesanjiro chigotigara as a national government. And those national government na bingi buno saimu obwata abana 10. Ko bata bana 10 no bato mugati alia amugati abana mbaro bakunya kugasi ko banyocheza nini bakunya kwake mirango mbaro bekara nste nyomba ngora ko bata bwata echi migati bwato yo bali bari banya kugasi kali baje banyora kende kiali keli banyora ba marogoba baje bali wa grobu kimara kinyo mugati ryoko ko bagugaika mbai. So we want to tell our leaders that there is a share of the government which atigarali. If they want development in Gusii region, they must work with any president or koba elected. So abantu baito bakoreki ba benefit. We don't need koba elected ali banda bwa nsho babia wa kisiasa. Bata want to bata lireka likocha kocha litokonye. Let us wait. Siasa ekarari. For example, where I come from, chipare chisale ketebo sana. No Nyamira County. If you go to Nyamira County, not to Mugirango, we have not seen even 1 kilometer of a tarmac road. So we are
is one of the leaders.
We are requesting our leaders to represent us. Yes, I know. But we have not seen even 1 kilometer of road, even 1 meter, let us talk about even 1 meter. The reason why in Nongevo, as a kid, our representation in Gusii are very low. Actually, they need to up their game.
I'm really wondering, I can support your government. And you are a very great supporter ya Kasongo. A supporter ya ayebune blogger go say ayebune youth leader go represent ya sabo. What have you done with this government? What have you done in terms of Kwana? What have you done in terms of reporting? Okay, that means you are also
at my level of representation. But sijafika kiwango ya kwenda ku represent the people of North Mugirango or it ward. You know,
no. Don't say that. Don't say that.
For example,
don't say that. That means our government public participation because ekelomotali well represented that constitutionally constitution constitutionally
you see this chain of development they followed. First village elders, they go to sub-chiefs. Sub-chief, they discuss within the county if that development get above them. Now they take it to the national government. Now if they start changing abune kirekatiali, emo president zaito, taoja kumanya abuna aliya senkuru alinya mali ba village, parnera aliya sadekati.
Who should we blame, by the way? Okay. Thank you support the serikali tarara kenda sin.
Yere ningi ukongo sa.
Nande nakina ko tebiga.
Kira garenga nchemo chache. Ekarambu atu mojana ko na garinga nchusi. Taligo sio.
Taligo koibwa.
You see, because I know that.
What is the major reason as to why we support Ruto?
Yeah, actually.
The major reason we support William Ruto is because I'm seeing what he's doing.
Where?
Even the match that he has done across the country.
So tell me, across the country. Say one thing. According to Kisi and Nyamira.
Kisi, you are saying you have an angel who is coming to save you. Now you can wait. We can wait. You can wait for that angel.
You know Mugusi.
You know Mugusi? Yes. You know Mugusi?
I want to. We are ending this, but I want to tell you this. Just in what you choke, but I want to tell you this. Angel, you got to have Kisi. Say no. Endo yo tali angel morene. Talk about the angel nere boyno. Lakini mchukara konya.
I've said my level today kera so mko enda kona ki.
Bring those representations.
My brother tigankonya our brother iga. Ekero tabwa ati good representation in parliament was wherever in the ranks of that leadership. Ntubwa tekendo tokuruka public participation kele provided by the constitution of Kenya. Ye kwa alibaga omwana inji kawaida ngayata kile ko give views chaye kulingana abuna ebintu kurwese kenyura ko rwose ko rwasakuru. And that public participation neta kile ko korwa before even the budget and on spear tararosigo ndongere ko tokuruka public participation whereby abantu bakwana batebanga gento gete kurwa igange koleteke ekero okonyoro nga asetayo in the constitution ebweteri baganga ngabantu bayimoke bachigosabirira ebintu kuru Nairobi. That one eki asetayo kele mentioned igobono nto basigukaga bagusinga kogenda Nairobi na dio katura yegwe ebintu kulingana na constitution yabono kulingana na asobo kwende oburayi bwabona asabwa ikeire ebintu takire ko bireterwa andonsi asole wherever you are andonsi asole kwa gichole within Kenya no takire konyora amagendro without kogenda go beg igo eminating akinga abantu bali batanyare gwikerera president mbako nyora amagendro babwati kende itali igo bono it's like twachakire go divert ingiye constitution yo Kwana tutagete go satisfy interest che monto lekerogo.
Thank you so much. Enter the second kindly, and as we even wind up, Enoch, I could like to you you've seen what is happening currently. Majali amagendra sorongore trogusi. Na kubori tangani. Mheshimiwa Unotu Mugrango ukuruku ngaki Nyamoko. Nyamoko won elections through UDA party. For instance, are you trying to tell us Nyamoko karairwe resources kia na rebi ko okolia? Because for instance seginya bete alia itibu okara paranera ali kapise national pia no nje ntabo yo itibo manyete ngeye is national, but people were blaming yo MCA boro ngorori ngakinkyo mo chando nyami in a second kind.
What to allow Kilian to proper representation. Confirm the MCAs, they are fighting with the governor, Magendro Tayo. The MPs that were elected from Nyamira County, we never saw anybody. Government president here, once people are Tamil, particularly. That's why I'm requesting our people from Nyamira County.
Sure.
Come 2027, let us elect leaders who can represent us to the government, national government, despite all the political affiliation. When you are elected, sabe bintu letera abantu, because that is the reason why to elected. We never elected you and Aria waende kora ke ubabe waka kisiasa kwanza tabuna tinda kora ruke nimbwene to kora ruke na ke kora from all babo in. You must be in the government.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your last word about it are you abagusi chase kondi yes to
my last word about that na aligo chagoteba iga abagusi ba minto engaki yaikire totakire gochamo na intuto etosiku no mugusi ndwanya korra baikoyo bakwenda go beg bamaye kokorerwa magendero ndwanya korra ba Kalenjin bakogenda go beg bamaye kokorerwa magendero ne sauri yake ne sauri baramo ngwarura abagere ba minto mata barabwe bagokorerwa magendero sauri bamanyire ngambaramo na intu bono yaikire ngakiengia na indu tutakire gochamo bono mugusi tukwane egentekemo negento kende ase boni ya se country yaikeire ase country yaito yaikeire asobora ibwe ikeire boniga nturoche ntubwate constitution yengia etakire gutura ntubwate emeroberi emia etakire kugabani e country lakini meroberi etiri kubwatiwo esauri yoborai botari obuya bono it has reached that time toganeti a manager toganeti a administrator etakire kugabani ense etakire kuruli ense enso mwerekeo na hando yunere otokire kurwa segesa kugeito kyomogusi oyo kurukunga Fredo Okengo Matiangi nabona ariko basaba abantu baminta mugusiondo nsyo mugusio bwata amato omanyenga ase chinga kie chiboni gacheikeire tigatobege ntekemo e president yaragiru ngangu siekuru ekero yaragiru tomobwati sitomo amagoro elinde mambi na mambiende atoletera magana
nje nama dozengo kwanzora mangana matenje nagato kwana
kirigese kasonge nduri ko kirigese kasonge rekero ko mokwana ngo
yo mo president yo kwa state house
Wacha mwingine mjibana singe joko vaiga tu abotiranire sana na Franklin Mayunga Joshua Uta era kumbuka Gisoi timu editorial Brighton makolo na wego Eric Mosire kwana kyo bokerano bomurubelio igo kwana neta na tubera ibaba kamambi seza te kwera and yo kande thank you so much for coming Enoch na wego brother Mochache sawa sini sana wacha mwingine mbio mana singe joko vaiga njini uko Cyrus Azizi na yiga neta TV na rubarabu wabusi.